All right, welcome back to the channel. We'll start doing a little salsa garden here. It's not much of a salsa garden, just really going to be some tomatoes and some jalapenos, and I might get to the onions. I know it's real late to plant onions right now here in central Oklahoma. I got them though, just haven't put them in. But that's pretty much what we're going to do with the salsa garden here. I've planted cilantro in the past. Family and I really don't like cilantro. I know a lot of people are really big fans of cilantro, but we really don't eat it in our salsa. You know, I've grown it in the past. It's done real well. Matter of fact, it's done so well it bolted and it spread through my yard. And every time I would mow it for, you know, the next summer and the following summers after I would mow my grass, the whole neighborhood smelled like cilantro. So I'm not going to do cilantro. I'm not disciplined enough to grow it, plus I really don't like it that much, neither does the rest of my family. So we're just going to do tomatoes and some jalapenos in here today. So we're going to turn this a little bit real quick with the garden weasel. It's just kind of the quickest thing to use if you get a garden like this. It's sufficient, it does its job real well. And we'll put some compost down, and we'll use the weasel again to turn it real quick and then start planting. So if you haven't already and you like this channel, go ahead and please subscribe and smash the like button. Smoothed out. Now just gonna put some compost on there, just a couple bags. Doesn't need a lot, still got a lot of organic material in there. Turn it. Like I said, it's still got a bunch of organic material in there. Turned it earlier this season. Put all the old mulch in there. Put some other compost in there. So it'll be just fine. Spread this out. And we'll get the plants. Okay, so I didn't do seeds this year because really my family will only need about 4 tomato plants and probably 3 jalapeno plants. So we just went with starters. So this is the large cherry. Did that last year. It worked out really well. This is the black cherry. I've never done black cherry before. Never had that. And then the Roma. 2 Romas. So I did the Roma this year because I like the acidity in our salsa from the Roma tomato. Plus the Roma tomato and the cherry last year didn't get eaten up by the hornworms, the tomato hornworms, as bad as the others did. The Super Fantastic and the Patio. So I'm gonna go with Roma and kind of hope that I don't get an infestation of those hornworms again from that moth. So we'll plant these, and then we're also going to plant the jalapenos in here. Okay, so we're going to do the 2 Romas here, and then the cherry tomatoes there. I'm going to back these up just a little bit, right about in there. Pretty simple, just dig a little hole, makes it simple. In here. Again, I didn't do seedlings. I just don't have a big enough garden to do the seedlings just to justify all the seeds that I get. And most of my neighbors, people that know, they just go with something like this because of ease. So I didn't have anything to do some seed trading with. We'll go with this here. It's horrible. Come back and trim some of these that are these low-lying branches off there too. It does not hurt to trim your tomato plants. As you can see, 4 tomato plants in this size of garden, which is about a 4x8, is about plenty. You might be able to squeeze another one in here, but it'd be pretty tight. But it also wouldn't hurt. It wouldn't hurt the plant. And that was the black cherry right here. So I've never grown that, never tasted it, just it was something different. You can see how easy it is just to use your hands in here to plant, to dig with. Okay, just that simple. These are the jalapenos. There's just a mild jalapeno. If you followed me last year, pretty much did the same thing. Tomatoes and jalapenos, but last year I don't think I even harvested 1 jalapeno last year. I don't know what happened. It's just they kind of got stunted. Maybe it's because I planted them with the tomatoes. I'm not sure. If any of y'all have had that problem in the past, planting them with tomatoes and not getting a yield off your jalapeno plants, let me know. I don't know, maybe birds were getting them, maybe the hornworms or something like that. But last year I didn't get any. Now my neighbors got a lot, my friends, but I didn't get any. Again, these are just kind of like the tomatoes. Really easy, not from seed, don't have that many to plant. Yes, it's less expensive, but I just don't have to plant 100 different tomato plants or different varieties of jalapenos or anything like that. Now, like I said, I do have some onions. Probably a little late to do that. I might come back and do that a little bit later. But right now, I'm probably not going to plant those right now. this didn't get tilled as good. I'm going to have to talk to that gardener about his tilling. Okay. Like I said, 3 jalapenos, 4 different tomato plants, 2 Roma, a black cherry, and a large cherry. So I'm going to go get the tomato cages. Or actually, I think I'm going to put the mulch down first, and I'll put the tomato cages around them. So this is just a little cedar mulch right here. I like to use mulch. You really don't have to use a mulch in a garden like this, but I do like it since we do get a lot of days that are over 100 degrees here in central Oklahoma. It does help retain the moisture in the soil. Plus there's some weekends that we go out of town for the kids' sports, so sometimes they may not get watered well over those couple of days. I may put a drip irrigation system in. If I do, I'll film that. But that's why I use the mulch. But you really, if you have an above ground garden, you shouldn't have a grass or weed problem. That's why a lot of people use the mulch. It's for the weed and grass. I use it more for water, keeping the soil from drying out so quickly here in Oklahoma. And the wind is picking up. Yeah, I don't know how much cedar is actually in this. It says cedar. But I can see there's some spray painted chips in here. It looks like they're probably from some pallets. So it kind of makes me wonder. And it doesn't smell like cedar, honestly. And I got this from Home Depot because my local nursery was out of the mulch that I typically use over here, like in this flower bed. Yeah, this is not very good. I don't recommend this from Home Depot. Not good at all. It's not cedar. To me, it looks like it's just ground up pallets. It's not very high quality at all. Doesn't even have a cedar smell to it. Nothing at all. Cedar at all. I mean, here's a red chip right here. That's painted red. It's not red cedar. It's kind of disappointing, actually. Around here. Like I said, Home Depot bought this just because my local nursery was out. I do not recommend this. One bit of cedar smell to it. Yep, cedar mulch blend. Maybe got a little bit of cedar in it, mostly pallet. but I'm not sure if you can see that, but like I said, I think these are ground up pallets for the most part. You can see the paint on there. So quality is just, I just don't recommend buying this. I'll never buy that again. All right, so I don't know if you followed me last year or not. You can go back and look at some old videos, but last year when COVID stuff hit, you couldn't find tomato cages, so I bought these. Lots of different ways to do it. You know, some people use the paneling with the posts and stuff like that. I don't mind using these. I typically have to come back and put some posts in there to hold them up a little bit. But you know, for my purposes, you know, like I said, 4 plants, these will be just fine. Get them to go down in. All right. So these are the Romas. I'll go ahead and put this in there. Okay. The black cherry. Now last year the cherry tomatoes were really large plants. Just pull this up, put it in there. They got large. So I already know that probably for all these I'll have to get those little green stakes and put in there. Put that there. Okay. So we're good. Especially with the wind, we'll have to stake these down a little bit, but this will be good for this season. Bring that boy up there. All right, so I'm gonna go trim some of these up. I gotta go get my snippers. All right, like I said, it doesn't hurt to trim your tomato plants at all. We're just gonna take some of these yellow ones that are off right now. It's already, this cherry's already got little blooms on there. It's probably a little early, but we'll see what it does. Take some of these off that are really low. These will get really large. So we start getting some 80-degree weather, consistent 80-degree weather. And you can always trim these throughout the season. I do it all the time. Trim some of these lower ones on the black cherry. So these are the Romas. I'm going to trim some of these little runners, these little ones off down here. This one doesn't look real good. Take that one off. And now for the last one. all we gotta do is water it. All right, we'll get these watered up. Plenty of water, and then we'll be good to go. So in case some of y'all are wondering kind of the direction of the channel and what do you do actually with your channel, well, it's really about our family, what we're doing. You know, 1 week it might be gardening, you know, doing some small adventures with the kids, maybe building some stuff. Sports are real big in our family. Aiden and Aubrey playing soccer, Avery doing volleyball. She's going to get ready to start playing club volleyball. Real fun. We'll start traveling with her. Just kind of documenting our life. Kind of really started doing the sports thing back last year when COVID kind of was hard to hit. You know, when grandparents couldn't come to the games and stuff like that. You know, the teen parents, you know, on soccer and volleyball, they really liked it because their parents couldn't come, so they would forward that. So that's kind of what we're doing with this channel, is just kind of documenting it. Also, I think it's a great thing for Aiden, Aubrey, and Avery to look back on when they're growing up, showing their kids what Grandpa used to do and do things with them and the stuff that we used to do together. So I think it's kind of a nice, real nice video archive. Kind of what I'm doing it for too. And you know, if you like the channel, if you like following us, go ahead and smash that like button and think about subscribing. So with that, we'll go ahead and end it here and say thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.